lot more strength than I like to admit. Hey guys, it's Jessie. Welcome back to my channel, and this is a long-awaited book haul because I've collected these over a couple months and it's just been piling up and I'm tired of seeing the pile, basically. But there's like 20 something books here, so I'm not gonna go and read through all the descriptions and the synopsis of the books. I'm just gonna say like a few things here and there about the book, so bear with me, basically. But yeah, and do you like the candles lit in the background? I'm trying to make like a cozy little vibe, atmosphere. What are words? I don't know. Okay, let's just get started. So the first one I'm picking up here is Survive the Night by Riley Sager, and this is a thriller, obviously, from the author. But it's about a girl named Charlie. She gets in a car with a stranger. They met on a campus ride board and they share a long drive to Ohio. And there's a campus killer on the loose and she is convinced that she's riding with the campus killer, so yeah. The next book is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Allaire Assange. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But yeah, and I know a lot of people raved about this book, but I still don't really know what it's about. I just know, I think it might be a male-male romance, I'm not sure, but I feel like the title just says it all. It's just like these guys bonding, basically, and yeah, they just discover the secrets of the universe together, basically the title. At least that's what I get from the synopsis. The next one is Pride and Premeditation by Tarza Price. I'm so sorry, I definitely butchered that name. This was from the Bookish Box. I don't remember what month. It's obviously like a retelling from Pride and Prejudice. I don't know that much about it, to be honest. Lizzie is trying to solve the murder, convinced that the authorities have blamed the wrong person. It's her dream job to solve murders, and it's irresistibly romantic and clever. Yeah, basically. Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmer. This is from a Bookish Box, I know that. A kingdom divided by corruption, the king desperately holding it together, a girl willing to risk everything to bring it all crashing down. So basically a girl and her best friend trying to overthrow the patriarchy. Because there's like a sickness going around and like this moonflower has the cure, but the kingdom or the people in charge of the kingdom are like letting people die instead. Yeah. So next is These Feathered Flames by Alexandra Overy. And this again is from a Bookish Box. The Bookish Box. The queen is dead and someone must pay. So there's twins born. Their fates are decided at a young age. I think they're fighting for the throne. As the princesses come to understand everything their roles entail, they must discover who they can trust, who they can love, and who killed their mother. Oh. Okay, let's go to this pile now since this is a little bit down. So, The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. She wrote The Night Circuits, which is one of my faves. I really don't know what this is about. Okay, I'm just gonna read y'all the synopsis because this is very, like, already a lot to take in.
Far beneath the surface of the earth, upon the shores of the Starless Sea, there is a labyrinth, collection of tunnels and rooms filled with stories. The entryways that lead to the sanctuary are often hidden, sometimes on forest floors, sometimes in private homes, sometimes in plain sight. Those who seek will find. The doors have been waiting for them. Zachary Ezra Rollins is searching for his door. Though he does not know it, he follows a silent siren song, an inexplicably certainty that he is meant for another place. When he discovers a mysterious book in the stacks of his campus library, he begins to read and is entranced by tales of love-lorn prisoners, lost cities, and nameless acolytes. Suddenly, a turn of the page brings Zachary to a story from his own childhood, and possibly written in this book that is older than he is. A bee, a key, a sword embezzled on the book lead Zachary to the two people who will change the course of his life. Maribel, a fierce pink-haired painter, and Dorian, a handsome, barefoot man shifting alliances. These strangers guide Zachary through a masquerade party dances and whispered backroom stories to the headquarters of the secret society, where doorknobs hang from ribbons, and finally through a door conjured from a paint to the place he has always yearned for. Amid twisting tunnels filled with books, glittered ballrooms, and winding dark shores, Zachary falls into an intoxicating world soaked in romance and mystery. But a battle is raging over the fate of this place, and though there are those who would willingly sacrifice everything to protect it, there are just as many intent on destroying it. As Zachary and Maribel endure, there's another. It continues. Venture deeper into this space and its histories and myths, searching for answers in one another. A timeless love story unspools, casting a spell of pirates, painters, lovers, liars, and ships that sail upon a starless sea. Wow. If it's anything like The Night Circus, it is gonna be deep.
What? Gold Spun by Brandy June. And this is from the Bookish Box. I felt the familiar rush of starting a new con, but this time I would have to fool an entire kingdom. So the main character rescues a captured fae in the woods. He gives her a magical golden thread to summon him for a favor. Instead, he uses it for a con to convince villagers to buy golden straw. And it attracts suspicions of Casper, someone catching Nora in her lie. He demands that she spin a room of straw into gold. If she succeeds, she'll become a queen. If she fails, the consequences will be dire. Desperate, Nora summons the fairy, launching a complicated dance of feelings for both the prince and the fairy, and must decide who herself wishes to become. Yeah. So it's like a fae romance. Okay. I'm gonna take from this pile. Never Too Far by Abby Glines. This is the first book in the Fallen series? Is that what this is? No. Rosemary Beach novel. Right there, hello. It is a contemporary romance. Blair falls for her stepbrother, and then he reveals all, like, a secret. And it alters her life, so she returns to her hometown where she left because her mom passed away, so she went to her dad's, which he has a new family now. And there's unexpected news, complications. She gets forced to trust the man she shouldn't, which is her stepbrother that she has a crush on. Trapped between Rush's fierce desire to win her back and her own sense of self-preservation, Blair doesn't know if she's doing the right thing or if she's making the biggest mistake of her life. I love this. I think this is... What is this? You know, I really wish that they had, like, the... Okay, so this is the second book in the series. So I remember, like, did I read this or did I not? Because I know I read the first one, but is this the first one or the second one? I don't know. But, yeah. Oh, that means I need to get the first one, too. Do I have the first one? I can't keep track of the books I own. So, this pile. We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang. This, I know it's like a thriller of some sorts, like family drama, because, like, she's the only girl, and she has all brothers, and then she comes back to the town, her hometown, after an accident, and something with her ex comes. When a dangerous man from her past brings her family's pub business to the brink of financial ruin, the only way to protect the Brennans is to upend all their secrets. Secrets that have damaged the family for generations and will threaten everything they know about their lives. In the aftermath, the Brennans are forced to confront painful mistakes and ultimately find a way to forward together. Yup. Resentful brothers and an ex-fiance. Family drama. There's like two people kissing on each book. So, this one. Tell Me How You Really Feel by Amina May Safi. This is a female-female romance, and it's like, one is like a popular girl. I know it's enemies to lovers, I believe, because there's like miscommunication. High school. The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood, and when a fake relationship between scientists meets the irresistible force of attraction, it throws one woman's carefully calculated theories on love into chaos. I know it's a girl that falls in love for her college professor, and he is like her fake boyfriend, blah blah blah, and things go haywire. The Darkest Star by Jennifer L. Armentrout, one of my favorite authors.
17-year-old Evie Dasher knows firsthand the devastating consequences of humanity's war with the stunning otherworldly Luxon. Evie was just a kid when the aliens were defeated, but her life was forever changed when her father, Sergeant Jason Dasher, was killed during one of the deadly battles. When Evie is caught up in a raid at a notorious club known as one of the few places where humans in the surviving Luxon can mingle freely, she meets Luke, an unnaturally beautiful guy with what she initially assumes is Luxon, but is in fact something much more secret and much more dangerous. Her growing desire to know about Luke will lead her deeper and deeper into a world she's only heard about, revealing secrets long buried, a betrayal that could tear her life apart, and an attraction that could be the very end of her.
This next book is a hefty one. The Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard, and this was from the Bookish Box. I mean, it's not as heavy as you would think it would be. A squire, the survivor of a failed quest, an immortal, timeless and unfathomable, an assassin skilled and heartless, an old sorceress holding secrets behind her teeth, and a pirate's daughter, the war's last hope. The heroes are gone, but the fight to save the world has only just begun. Yeah. Save the world or end it. This is a humdinger of a book. It's 560 pages. Yeah. Oh boy, that's a lot.
So basically, fate knocks on her door in the form of a mythical immortal and a lethal assassin who tell Cora that she is the last of an ancient lineage with the power to save the world from destruction, because a man who would burn kingdoms to the ground is rising an army unlike any seen before. Bent on uprooting the foundations of the world, with poison in his heart and a stolen sword in his hand, he will break the realm itself to claim it, and only Cora can stop him.
Next book is The Witch Haven by Sasha Payton Smith. This was a Book of the Month box. No. The Bookish Box. Yeah, dingbat. Jess.
Haven Academy. Rules for young witches. 1. Mind your instructions. 2. Know and supervise spell work. 3. Don't leave after dark. Well-behaved witches seldom make history. This is in 1911, New York City. Frances Hollowell spends her days as a seamstress, mourning the mysterious death of her brother months prior. Everything changes when she's attacked and a man ends up dead at her feet. Her scissors in his neck. She can't explain how they got there. Before she can be condemned as a murderess, 2 cape-wearing nurses arrive to inform her that she is deathly ill and is ordered to report to Hexahaven Sanitarium. But Frances finds Hexahaven isn't a sanitarium at all. It's a school for witches. Within Hexahaven glittering walls, she discovers the sisterhood she craves, but the headmistress warns Frances, that magic is dangerous. Frances has no interest in the small, safe magic of her school, and is instead enchanted by Finn, a boy with magic who appears in her dreams and tells her he can teach her all she's been craving to learn. Lessons that may bring her closer to discovering what truly happened to her brother. Newfound power attracts the attention of Ancient Order's dangerous leader who yearns for magical control of Manhattan, and who will stop at nothing to have Frances by his side. Ultimately, she chooses what matters more, justice for her murdered brother, and her growing feelings for Finn, or the safety of her city and fellow witches. What price does she pay for power, and what is the truth? What is the truth?
Be With Me by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And I believe this is like the second book in the series. I don't know, but I know like a couple years ago I was starting to read Jennifer L. Armentrout's books, and they're mostly library books that I got. And so I'm starting to collect all of Jennifer L. Armentrout's books because I love her. Yeah. I haven't read this in a long time. Basically, she's in love with her big brother's best friend. Yeah. And it gets steamy because it's adult romance. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. And this is a male-male romance about, it's like a political, like they live across the pond from each other and like they're rivals, but once they get to know each other, they get to know each other, if you know what I mean. Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. And this, sorry I said it like that, this is the second book in the trilogy. And basically, what's her name, Cassidy? Yeah, Cass. She can see and interact with ghosts, and her best friend is a ghost, but her parents have like a reality paranormal show where her dad is the history and her mom is like the psychic or whatever, but they don't know she has the gift actually, and she goes along with her parents on their work of documenting these places that are haunted. And things go bump in the night and she tries to help the other side. I feel like I just have, oh my god. Okay, these are all book of the month books I have left to share with y'all. And recently I just did a 3-minute book review on this book I'm gonna be sharing with y'all, so I'll put it in the thing right here and in the description box below. Did I say that right? I don't know. The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. Basically, what's her name? Viv gets her heart broken, and she mixes witchcraft and vodka in a broken heart, and that's never good. So she casts a curse on her ex. Didn't think it was anything, she thought it was harmless, but apparently not, because he comes back to the town that his ancestors are from, and things go haywire, and they have to save it or like solve or fix it together, and the chemistry is off the charts. Yeah. Read it. Next is The Hunting Wives by May Cobb, and I'm not really sure what this is. The hunting wives share more than target practice. Martinis and a bad behavior in this novel of obsession, seduction, and murder. Whew.
Sophie O'Neill left behind an envy-inspiring career in the stressful, competitive life of big city Chicago to settle down with her husband and young son in small-town Texas. It seems like the perfect life with a beautiful home and an idyllic rural community, but Sophie soon realizes that life is now too quiet, and she's feeling bored and restless. Then she meets Margaret Banks, an alluring socialite who is part of an elite clique secretly known as the Hunting Wives. Sophie is completely drawn to Margaret and swept into her mysterious world of late-night target practice and dangerous partying. As Sophie's curiosity gives way to a full-blown obsession, she slips further away from the safety of her family and deeper into the nest of vipers. When the body of a teenage girl is discovered in the woods where the Hunting Wives meet, Sophie finds herself in the middle of a murder investigation. Her life spirals out of control. It sounds so good, and I can't believe I forgot about this book.
Okay, the last one from this pile. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, and I believe, yeah, 2 best friends, 10 summer trips, one last chance to fall in love, even though they're both in denial about it. Okay, so this book I'm currently reading, and that is The Collective by Allison Galen, and it's about a grieving mother, or I should say, well, a grieving mother who finds like a group of grieving mothers that are trying to find justice for their murdered kids, and with the murderers running loose. Well, not murderers running loose, but they got away with what they did, and the mothers are trying to fix that. Yeah, it sounds so intense, and just by the cover of it. Okay, so the last book I have here is The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. Butchered it, I know. This book, spellbinding tale of psychological suspense weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession.
Edward is a murderer. Of this Mariana is certain, but Phocion is untouchable. The Edward dude. A handsome, charismatic Greek tragedy professor at Cambridge University, is adored by staff and students alike, particularly by the members of a secret society of female students known as the Maidens. Mariana Andros is a brilliant but troubled group therapist who becomes fixated on the Maidens when one member, a friend of Mariana's niece, Zoe, is found murdered in Cambridge. Mariana, who was once herself a student at the university, quickly suspects that behind the idyllic beauty of the spires and turrets and beneath the ancient traditions lies something sinister, and she becomes convinced that, despite his alibi, Edward is guilty of the murder. But why would the professor target one of his students, and why does he keep returning to the rites of the Persephone, the maiden, and her journey to the underworld? When another body is found, Mariana's obsession is proving Edward's guilt spirals out of control, threatening to destroy her credibility as well as her closest relationships, but Mariana is determined to stop this killer even if it costs her everything, including her own life.
It sounds so good, and it's like fairly short. y'all, those are all the books that I've collected over the months that I just hauled. 22 books, which I thought there was more, or could be, who knows. But yeah, sorry if I was spinning through some books and others I took time to read the synopsis, because to me, I had to read the synopsis of some books because it was more complicated in my head to summarize it in a couple words. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos by me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.